Hi, my name is André and welcome at your guitar workshop. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at a Jim Croce song, and the song is Time in a Bottle. The first time I heard it was in a Marvel movie of all things, and it's when Quicksilver slows down time and does his thing, and this song is playing. I remember the first time I heard it was like, that is like an awesome soundtrack, so I researched it, and of course Jim Croce popped up and started working on it. Super cool tune, some really nice chords in there, some nice picking. I'll play it for you first, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. And if you need the tablature for it to follow along with this tutorial, the tablature is available for you on my Patreon page. So here we go. All right, so what do you play? So the first thing you play is a regular D minor chord. And the picking is as follows. So you use your ring finger for the top E string, middle finger for the B string, pointer finger for the G, and thumb for the D string. And you just have an up and down pattern, so ascending and descending. So you play D, G, B, E, B, G. Like that. Then what you do is you put your pinky in fourth position of the A string. You play that with your thumb, but your fingers just stick to the same G, B, and E string. Then you switch your pinky and ring finger. So your pinky goes to third position of B, and your ring finger now goes to third position of A. Then you remove your ring finger and put your middle finger in second position of A. Then you remove your middle finger and pointer finger, and you move your pointer finger to first position of A. Like that. So like this. All right, so now for the next sequence, and that goes like this. So what do you do? So you start off with G minor with B flat in the bass, so that's that pinky in third of B and pointer finger in first of A. And your middle finger still plays B string, thumb plays A. Then open G with your pointer finger. Then you go to A7, so put your middle finger in second of B. Same picking. Then you put your pinky in third of G and ring finger in third of E. And you sort of have the same picking pattern, but middle finger now plays G and pointer finger plays D. It's like this. Then I go back to that A7 with the same picking as before. Then what I do is I put my pinky in third of B and pointer finger in second of A. And same picking. So this would be G with B in the bass. Then I move that up a whole step, so that would be A7 with C sharp in the bass. Then I move that pinky all the way up to 8 and add my ring finger in 8 of D. Thumb plays D, middle finger still plays B. Then open string with my pointer finger, Then middle finger goes to 6 of B, ring finger 7 of D. Same picking pattern. And then my middle finger slides to 5th position of B, and I put my pointer finger in 5th position of D. And I play those together. I make a hammer-on and a pull-off with my ring finger in 6th position of B. So like this. Right? So that together is the intro and interlude actually throughout this song. So like this. So now that we've done the intro part, something I forgot to mention was the chord names. So the first one here was D minor. The second one, D minor with C sharp in the bass, D minor with C in the bass. This could be G7 with B in the bass. This one would probably be E half diminished. This is A7. I'm guessing G minor, A7, then G with B in the bass, then we move up. That would probably be A7 with C sharp in the bass. That could be E7, E half diminished to this one here. I think I see that as an A7 flat 13 to this one here, which would probably be A7 flat 9. Or actually in this case it's just A7. The great thing is that once you've got these chords, that is the foundation for the verse part. So you probably already know most what you need at the moment. So the only thing that is different is the picking pattern. So let's have a look. So this is what you play. All right, so let's have a look. So you start with a D minor. So what you do is ring finger still plays just E, middle finger B, pointer finger G, and your thumb in this case plays the D string. So you play D, G, then E and B together, then G, D, G. Then you move your pinky to fourth position of that A string. So you got D minor over C sharp. And you play the same picking pattern, but the only difference is that that first bass note that you play with your thumb is going to be the A string. The rest is all the same. So you got... Then you go to D minor over C. So you do that switch. So your pinky goes to third position of B, ring finger to third of A. And you got the same picking pattern, but also here, the first bass note that you play is the A string. Then you go to G7 with B in the bass, so you let go of your ring finger and put your middle finger in second position of A. Same picking pattern. Then you go to E half diminished with B flat in the bass. So for that, you keep your pinky in place now, put your pointer finger in first of A, and you got the same picking pattern. And then you get this part. And that is exactly the same as in the intro, with the exception that we don't do that hammer-on pull-off thing. But the rest is the same. So when you tie it all together, you got this. All right, so now for the next part. I'll play it for you first, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, so what do you do? So you got a lot of the same chords. So the first one is the D minor one, and it has the same picking pattern as in the first part of the verse. So then you put your ring finger in third position of the A string, and you have the same picking pattern, but also here, the first bass note that you play with your thumb is going to be on the A string. Right? Then for the next chord, you put your pointer finger in first position of A. You still have your pinky in third of B, and you play this. So it's the same thing. So you start off by playing that A bass note, right? Then what you can do is put your ring finger in third of E and still keep your pinky in third of B. And then you play. So what I'm doing is I'm playing E string with my thumb, then G, B, G, D, G. Then I switch to D minor with F in the bass. So for that, I keep my pinky where it should be, middle finger in second of G, pointer finger in first of my low E string. And I do that same picking pattern. Then I put my middle finger in third of E, ring finger in third of G, and I keep my pinky still in that same spot, play the same picking pattern. And this is, by the way, a G minor chord. And then you get this part. So that's a little bit different as to what you were used to. Sorry, my leg is starting to go to sleep. So what do? So you start with that A7, middle finger, second position of B. Thumb plays A, middle finger plays B. Then pointer finger plays G. Then I change that to G over B, so that's pinky in third of B, pointer finger in second of A. Same picking pattern, so like this. Then ring finger plays top E string, then pointer finger plays G again, like this. Then I put my pointer finger in second position of that B string. Thumb plays A, middle finger plays B. Hammer on pull off with my middle finger in third. So like this. Then I put my ring finger in fourth of G. I play that with my pointer finger. And then I play A and B together with my thumb and middle finger again. Like this. Right? So. And that concludes the second half of the verse. So let's play that once more and see how it's all tied together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That brings us to the chorus. Now, the great thing about the chorus is that it's actually very similar to the verses, but in this case, we're not playing D minor chords, but we're playing D major chords. And it's that change from minor to major that just really lifts your spirit. It's like my favorite part of the song. So let me play it for you, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, so what happens here? So we start off with a D chord, but in this case, I'm not playing it the way like this. What I do is I have my pointer finger as a bar in second position of G, B, and E, and at my middle finger in third position of my B string, right? The picking pattern is the same as in the verse, so that should be easy. Then I put my ring finger in fourth position of the A string, so I'm playing a C sharp there, so this is D over C sharp. And the only difference with the verse is that I'm playing my bass note as an A string both times, so like this. Right, so it's 1, 2, like those two bass notes. Then I put my pointer finger flat over A through E string, so I can fret that B here on the A string. So this is D over B. Same picking pattern. Then I remove that, go back to my D shape that I had, and play D over A. So like this. Then we get the following part. So what do? So you start with a G chord. I just have my ring finger on E string, so my top E string and middle finger on my bottom E string. And the picking pattern is as follows. So I play E, then G with pointer, ring finger plays E, then middle finger B, pointer finger plays G again, and then thumb plays D. It's like this. Then I go to a D6/9 over F sharp. It's a mouthful, but that's the name I got for it. Ring finger could be in second position of G, middle finger in second of low E. Same picking pattern as previous chord. Then I go to an E minor 7. So I started with no fingers, so I just play E, G, E, G, and then ring finger, third position of B string, play that, and then back to that G string, like this. And that's thumb, pointer, ring, pointer, middle, pointer for my right hand. And then I get that sequence that goes up again. And then I just end on that C sharp, A7 with C sharp in the bass. So, right? So you got from the G chord, 1, 2, 3. And then it repeats. And then you get the interlude again. The whole thing repeats from here, so you do another verse, and it goes back to the chorus, and then you have at the end, you have this little outro section, which is actually pretty cool. So I'll play it for you, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. All right, so what do you do there? So in this case, I have middle finger in 6th position of B, ring finger is in 7th of G, and ring finger plays E, middle finger B, pointer finger G, thumb plays D. And what I do is I play D, and then E, B, G, and then E, B, G, like this. Then what I do is I just keep my fingers in place, but with my pointer finger, I play the natural harmonics in 5th position of the A string, and then of the D string, like this. So you got. And you may see me all of a sudden fret. By the way, this 5th position of the A string, while I was playing, I was just thinking that that may actually be a good idea too, because then your pointer finger is already there for the harmonics. But I'll leave that up to you. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, if you need the tablature, it's on Patreon. If you want more information, you can check the website. It hasn't been updated in a while, but it will get an overhaul, hopefully in 2020. Wishing you all a great week. Keep practicing, keep playing, and I hope to see you again sometime.